Hey, welcome into Inside Toppers Baseball. I'm Coach Shook alongside Coach Burkle. Coach, we just had a series win there to get into the conference tournament, beating Jesuit 3 games out of 4. Talk about the series in whole, where we're going from here.
Well, that's the first time we won a series in a month or so that was nice. And the fact that game 4 for us was the first time since I've been at Westwood 9 years now that game, that series with Willie and Jesuit actually meant something. And it was nice to see our guys respond in the manner that they did. I mean, Jesuit came out and won game 2. Game 3 was tight, and then, our guys just responded well in game 4 and closed it out fairly early.
Okay, so overall we finished the regular season 27-22 overall and 15-17 in the conference. Talk about how difficult the conference play was, the slump we went in, but overall, 27-22, not terribly a bad record. Still a pretty good overall record.
No, not too bad. We just hit that little lull toward the end there that we just couldn't do anything right. And slumps happen. They come and they go. For us, it came at the wrong time and pushed us into press mode. With about 3 weeks to go, where we go 1-3 in 3 series in a row, and that's hard to get out of. And it just so happened that we did. We were fortunate, very fortunate.
So for the tournament, we will be leaving tomorrow. We'll be playing down in Beckley, West Virginia. We will be playing the number 1 seed from the south, West Virginia State. We're the number 3 seed from the north. We played West Virginia State here on our field, and we lost both games, 8-10 and 3-6. Talk about them, their program, what we're about to do this weekend, what we're hoping to do. Talk about it.
Well, we know State's pretty good. Their record shows that their pitching's good. I'm sure that we're going to see either Falvo or Dustin Kincaid. They're both probably going to be all MEC pitchers. Their pitching staff's really good. They're solid defensively. They're West Virginia State, so we know they're going to hit the ball. It's just a matter on how we respond. Now, when we played them last time, Yale and Sean had them. So this time, Greg and Mark will get them. I think we will probably go with Greg game 1, because Smitty had some extended innings against Jesuit. So we'll probably go with Greg in game 1 and save Smitty for game 2 on Friday.
Alrighty, so now can you go over the playoff structure here? So if we win, who do we play? If we lose, who do we play? Can you talk about that?
I can go over our part of it. If we lose game 1, we would play Friday at 11 a.m. against the loser of Shepherd Concord. And if we win, we would play at 7 o'clock Friday against the winner of Notre Dame Glenville. After that, couldn't tell you what happened.
All right, so can you talk about what Greggy and Smitty are going to? West Virginia State didn't get to see them. What are you expecting to come from them against West Virginia State?
From our guys, the same old Mark and Greg. We know they throw strikes. We know Greggy's going to get his strikeouts. Mark's just a bulldog. Against Jesuit in game 3, Mark says, "Coach, I want the ball." A kid that's carried us for 4 years, it's hard to say no to. And it was 3 outs or less, and we know he throws strikes, so it was a good situation for Mark. We know what we're getting with those two. Even with Sean and Yale now, I've been on their ass all year, and I think they finally responded that this is the first weekend that they both showed up on the same day. So I'm kind of confident going in of our pitchers now. And now we're cutting it down to a 25-man roster. We're going to probably go to war here with about 9 to 12 pitchers, 9 to 11 pitchers. I haven't quite set the playoff roster yet, but we'll see. It's 9-inning games. We're going to need probably 9 or 10 guys that we take, but I'm confident in the guys that will make the tournament roster.
All right, now you just touched on Sean and Yale. They showed up really big. Can you touch on Yale? The past 3 weekends, he's thrown a complete game. Can you talk about kind of the turnaround he's made? He's thrown really quality starts, getting a win against Shepherd, throwing a complete game against Fairmont and getting the loss, and then against Jesuit, another complete game.
I think he finally came to play. I think he finally realized I'm pretty good. I just need to show up and do the right things, and that's what he's done. He got a tough luck loss at Fairmont. That's one bad pitch there, but again, and we probably could have gone to the bullpen there. That could have been a coaching deal. But, you know, Yale has responded well in the last 3 weeks. Kind of proud of him because he knew I was on him pretty hard. So he responded pretty well. And Sean's the same way. And Sean, every time he takes the mound, I ask him, "Are we here?" You know, and I get that little goofy Connecticut accent. Yeah, coach, yeah. So I'm proud of those two. They've stepped up the last couple of weeks.
All right, so now that we ended the regular season, our team batting average ends at 287. About the hitting, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that's not atrocious. I mean, that's almost in the 300s, and to finish the season at 287, that's pretty good. Can you talk about the hitters?
It's not bad. I mean, the secret's out on us. They know that we look for contact early in the counts. That's why we don't strike out a whole lot, because we don't get to too many 3-2 counts. Teams know that. You know, Wheeling Jesuit's pitching coach told me that. You know, we're pitching contact in the first 3 pitches. You know, we saw that your strikeouts aren't up. That we have the lowest amount of strikeouts in the conference. So we're an easy read. You know, if you throw strikes early in the count, we're going to bang at them. It's a matter of whether or not our guys swing at strikes early in counts. So that's been our problem. If guys swing at marginal pitches in plus count cuts, we get in trouble. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. You know, we're going to see the best the conference has this weekend.
Mm-hmm. So we didn't name a pitcher or player of the week because I think it was an overall team effort this past weekend against Jesuit. Justice Jackson really showed up with a lot of hits, a great play in the outfield. DJ Busby, and once he broke the record, he just went off. I mean, he had a great weekend. Bub showed up. I mean, everybody, it was a really team thing. So we didn't name one there. Can you talk about those guys and maybe breaking out of the slump there?
But Jackson he hit the ball hard all weekend. That's the Justice Jackson that we knew we could get to. We just had to get him some confidence and keep the at-bats going, just fight through a slump. And as much of a slump that Bub thinks he's in, if you look at his numbers, he's second or third on the team in hits, and his hits are pretty high. It's just not quite the year that he had last year, so he thinks it's still a slump, but I'm confident when Bub comes to the plate that something's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to see Jackson back. Now it's a matter of, you know, keeping Nolan stroking the ball now. Mm-hmm. You know, DJ's back, Jordy Meyer's starting to hit the ball again. So hopefully we're gelling at the right time, and it's time to roll and see what we can do.
All right, so for some team pitcher stats here, I've got our team ERA at 4.85 with 216 walks, 209 earned runs, 297 strikeouts, and that's in total of 388 innings pitched. Talk about the walks, strikeouts, the ERA, 4.85 in a 9-inning ballgame. I mean, you're giving up 4 to 5 a game. I mean, that's not atrocious, right?
I'm tired of talking about walks, but it has to be addressed. And in the last couple of weeks, the walks have gone down. I'll give them that. But you know, we lead the conference in walks. I mean, that was a problem early. It's gotten better, and we haven't. Our starting rotation has now gotten to a point where we know we're getting 7 or 9 out of these guys, so we haven't gone to that bullpen as much. And that's helped with the walks. The ERA, yeah, it's fine. And it's just a matter of whether our guys score. It seems like every time Greg takes the mound, we don't score runs for him. Mm-hmm. So it's just a matter of when our guys show up. And you know, Smitty, we always know what we're going to get. He was named the pitcher of the week last week, and I think that was because he had a win and a save. So. Walks are fine, strikeouts are up there. You know, I think Greg's second in the conference now in strikeouts. Yale and Perry are getting back to form, and we're getting to the end. So, and they work on 7 days rest, so they have a whole week in between starts. So these guys are fine. It's just a matter of putting W's up behind them, that's all.
All right, well, you kind of touched on my next point, which was Mark Smith becoming the MEC Pitcher of the Week for this past week. He did get a complete game shutout against Jesuit in Game 1, and then he came in for a save Game 3. Talk about Smitty. I mean, we talk about him basically every week. I mean, the kid is a Bulldog. He does the right things. Talk about him, what he's going to, I mean, this could be his last hurrah here if we don't make the regional tournament, stuff like that. Talk about Smitty one more time.
There's not much to say. I mean, when he leads the country in complete games right now. He's tied with a kid from Glenville and another kid with, I think he's gotten the ball 10 times, and he's got 9 complete games this year. So And I'm sure when we give him the ball on Friday, he's fully expected to go 9. So we know what we get with Smitty, you know, and to hear him say on Sunday at Jesuit, Coach, I can give you 6 outs if you need them. And we said, no, Smitty. But we got down to the 3-out situation, and Coach Caesar says, get Smitty up. I was like, shit, yeah, let's do this. And Smitty was fired up, and it rubbed some of our bullpen the wrong way. You know, we're 49 games into it, and to have somebody question the way I manage the bullpen, that hurt me a little, but I'll handle that. We'll see if he's back with us next year. But if I want Smitty up, Smitty's going up. Smitty deserves everything he gets from this organization and from this team, because he's done everything right in 4 years, whether it's weight room, long toss, whatever it is, busting a young kid's ass. He's not afraid to let somebody know that they need to do the right things to stay in this program. And if he wants the ball, I'm giving it to him.
Alrighty, Thursday's our first game. We play West Virginia State. What time do we play?
3.
3. Okay, just want to make sure. Just wanted to put it out there.
We're leaving at noon.
Okay, we're leaving at noon on Wednesday, not Thursday. Alright, well that'll do it for this episode of Inside Toppers Baseball. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Toppers Baseball for live updates on games and when we'll be posting new YouTube videos.